I think some people might come later, but within 3 minutes we will start. 3 shower. Okay. And from the true words spoken by Buddha as usual. Okay.
No, it was 50-50 about whether I showed up myself today.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, the rain and it was really good. I wasn't feeling too great.
That's why you shouldn't say that.
That's why, like, I forced myself. You know?
Yeah.
And then by the time I got here, it was like,
You were like grateful.
and then you know what I found out? One of my best friends from university, he lives in Turkey. He's in London today. He phoned me, he said, "Oh, I'm in London." I was like, "Hey, thanks for the notice." Like, I'm gonna have dinner with him tonight.
Oh, that's good.
So I live here and go and have dinner with him.
So I'm telling you now, if you didn't come, and you went to meet him and had dinner, it wouldn't be as nice. You'll see.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't even do my friends, so I'm happy as well.
So everyone, from 3 p.m. we will start. Please wait for a while.
There's nothing impossible. We cannot be defeated by coronavirus. We cannot be defeated by any storm. What kind of evil power we cannot get in that power. With Savior, with Savior, with Savior, we live through without conqueror. His spirit so simple than a younger people, but indeed this is not the truth. Through the edge of the universe, you now here in the sign of golden gem, and make it this earth shining with Yaidron, with Yaidron, with Yaidron, with love, yeah, with love, yeah, with love, yeah. With the contour, with the contour, with the contour. We can hear all from.
Okay, then now become the 3 sharp. So let's begin with reciting the true words spoken by Buddha first. The true words spoken by Buddha, Ryuho Okawa. They are used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy, and the Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appeared 7 colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These 7 colors help each other, and there appears Buddhaland. Buddhaland is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is the land of love or the land of mercy. This is the land of wisdom, the land of teaching. Especially, this is the land of souls rest in peace. Real souls are the children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the spirits. It means you are the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is a symbol of the course of lives. Each of you sails down as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it is not for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock, and you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true words. When you go down the rapid stream, you need to pant in a stream. Then you can change your course. The true words in the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and the Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days, or to put it another way, the fruit of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now here listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go straightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have 3 aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your past have already gone by. Yes, your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both the children of Buddha and the brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other. And it's time to forgive each other. This is eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching the rising sun. It will shed the light to the future, to invite sad people to Buddhaland. Now here I command, there shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirit in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world. Utopia shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believe in one another. That world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's words. Here we vow to do so. Okay, thank you for coming today. And then we start today's one. Today's one, title here, the spiritual message from Yaidron. Maybe some of you already heard about his name, but some of you don't. That's why I like to explain about Yaidron. He's like alien, not the Earthlings. He's a kind of like come from the another planet, but not sure which one.
planet?
Which planet? Not sure.
Okay.
But sometimes send message to Masaru Ryuhokawa. But even the member says, even like a spiritual world and also other world is very mysterious. How can I understand that kind of things? Yes, but Masaru Okawa, even the people believe or not, he talks about the fact. He talks about the fact there is aliens. And in another planet also, there is a layers that is a fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional, and world in other planets,
Oh,
other galaxies, other solar
so
systems.
it's different.
Different. Yes, not this Earth.
Okay.
Because like trillions planets or solar system
Yeah.
in this universe. No wonder there is the another planet people, right? That's why. But some planets has a very advanced technology to go there, to go outer space. But still, in this Earth, we cannot develop our technology to go another planet within
Right,
like 1 year or 2 years, something like that. So that is the difference. But these guys, not guys, right?
These videos.
yes, these people have such kind of technology. Okay, so that's why one of them sent a message to Masaru Hokawa is Yaidron. Okay? Yaidron, he himself said he's kind of the existence who lives in the 9-dimensional world in another planet. Okay, so kind of savior. Then he sent a message. He worries and concerned the situation of Earthlings who face up to the dangerous situation. But most of all Earthlings don't realize now we are facing up to the very dangerous situation. That's why he sometimes sent messages. And then today, Master Okawa summoned his spirit and let him talk about it. Okay, and believe or not, we just show you the fact, and then contents he talks about is very profound and dense. So that's why please listen carefully. As usual, I separated this like many parts,
Yeah.
and then it took like 1 hour 50 minutes. But today I just show you the first part. Even the first part, it's very dense and profound. Okay, please listen carefully. So now let's start. Hello, do you understand? Okay. All right, now starting. Start from the dedicating our gratitude for this. Thank you very much. So, the first part, I will show you that this is not a coincidence. An Afghanistan problem, as you know, recently, American troops withdrawn from Afghanistan, right? And then, what's behind the scene? This is the newest information from the outer space. That's why subtitle Earthlings viewed from the aliens, outer space. I added in this lecture. So please listen to his message first. That will take the 5 or 10 minutes, something like that. But this is the first one. I think I can show you 8 parts today. And then another 7 parts I will show you the next time.
Yaidron の来をしようと思ってます。本当は昨日の夜、ちょっと対話してたんですけど、ちょっと遅くなっていたので、明日の方がいいんじゃないかと言われて、そうしたんです。質問がね、最近はこういう形でやると、地上のインタビューと一緒になってうまくいかない、一つ雰囲気が出ないので、夜空で見ながら話すると雰囲気が少し出るんですが、出てこないので、ちょっと残念なところがあるんですけど、ぼちぼち、調子が出てくればいいかと思います。でも違ったっていうことは、集まっていくために、寝に帰ったってことなんじゃないかと思っているんですが、ちょっとそれよく知らないですが、朝から、仕事してるでしょうかね、どうでしょうか。ちょっと世界情勢と流動化してきておりますので、地球人の頭で考えていないようなことが何か見えてたら、お聞きしたいなと思っていますし、直近のことしか考えられないのが普通ではあるので、もし可能であれば、ちょっと延長しての予想もできればありがたいかなというふうには思っております。なので、中存在ヤイドロンさん、東海第一はよく名前が知られていると思いますけど、どうぞ収録に参加してくださいますでしょうか。お願いします。はい。
おはようございます。本日は誠にありがとうございます。ヤイドロン様はですね、宇宙からの地球全体を俯瞰されていると思うんですけれども、我々には今、一番直近の世界情勢につきまして、アフガニスタンの動きが大きいかなと思っております。米軍が撤退してすぐ、タリバンが国を制圧して、でそこに中国がシリアから何か新たな展開がすでにも始まってしまったのかなというふうに思っています。まずこの辺りから地球に 及ぼす影響というんですか。
こういう科学で中国問題と、イスラム問題、問題を片付けようとしてたようではあるけれども、アメリカの選挙の結果によって、これが個別に対応できなくなって、同時に対応しなきゃいけなくなったということで、それは読めてた通りではあるんですけども、だから中国問題とイスラム問題を同時に巻き込む形での直面という形になりますので、予想した事態、去年の大統領選で予想した事態としては、おそらく一番上から下になると思うんですが、一番下の方の予想で今、進んでいるのかなとは、思っています。偶然だとは思わないでいただきたいと思います。タリバンが一気に、アフガニスタンを制圧したのは、それはバイデン大統領がなる運動と、それは連動している問題なんで、ユーマ主義者と見たということで、現実は、一層世界の分断が進んでいく方向に行くと。この表現式では、世界を融和させて平和にしようと思っているが、やっていることはだんだん世界をもっともっと二極対立する方向に向かしているということで、IQ130 超えた人なら分かることですが、そこまで達してない人には分からない、ことですね。
Okay, thank you very much. Yes. This is the first point. So, the Taliban, that's very famous now. Okay, the conquered Afghanistan in one fell swoop. This problem is linked to Biden becoming president. What does it mean? Because they regard him as reconciliatory.
Who are they?
Means Afghanistan, like Taliban. Taliban regard him as reconciliatory. So easy to persuade. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why. Later, he talks about Mr. Trump, but this Yaidron said, like from the viewpoint of Taliban, the Trump is very difficult because they cannot predict what's happening. Yes, no one can read what kind of action that Trump will take. That's why at that time, when Trump was presidency, they cannot do anything. But when Mr. Biden becomes president, Taliban can lead. If we do this, President Biden will do this. Like action, they can lead his action.
Yeah.
So that's why they started this action. So the reality is that world is going to become more and more divided. Yes, Biden says, I came here to stop divided this world. But
The opposite.
is that the opposite? Yes, actually that happened. Then his conscious mind is trying to make the world harmonious and peaceful. His means like President Biden, the harmonious and peaceful. But what he's doing is gradually moving the world in the direction of the more and more bipolar. Right? This is that we are watching now. Okay? So then, what should we do? He continues. So part 2. The contents. It's all connected. It's a battle of which more effective. The movement to spread the democratic values around the world that the US and Europe are trying to promote. Humanitarianism or the efficiency of communist centralized control. Okay, let's see. Going part 2.
アフガニスタンを契機にですね、中国、ロシア、あるいはイラン等も動きが起こるとは思うんですが、ここ数年で、まずちょっと、人間的にはここ数年の変化について、どう読んでいったらよろしいのか。
この前にミャンマーがございましたよね。今年の2月ぐらいでしたかね。新大統領就任と同時に軍事クーデターが起きましたよね。それから米軍の撤退の予定がスケジュールが始まった。同時にタリバンが一斉に放棄してアフガニスタンに入りましたよね。全部予想して計画しているものがいたと考えるべきなので、相手は後々考えているよりずっと悪賢い。これ、つながって偶然じゃないです。偶然の機会じゃない。全部つながっている。それはずっと前の大統領選始まる前から、予定されていて、あるいはもっと言えば、このコロナウイルスが世界中席巻していく状況の中で、いろんなところで、アメリカの撤退を誘うようなことが起きているということですよね。これマクロで計画しているものが出るとなったら、日本人の政権中枢部の頭脳なんていうのは劣化しすぎていて、もうどうにもならないぐらい、とても及ばないですね。
その計画しているものは地上の人間の頭脳ということですか。
超えてるでしょうね。それを超えてるものが入っていますね。
地上の存在としてはどういったものがそういう計画を立ててやるんですでしょうか。
もう今法治主義といっても中国の法治主義は、指導者の利益になるようなことを思いついたりするだけのことでございますから、習近平が終身帝王になることを目指しているし、ロシアのプーチンにもそういう欲はありますから、この欲と欲をくっつける方向で、動いているものがあって、今回の大川総裁の方は、中ロ分断をもう何年か前からもう言っていたのに、戦略はそこまである人が日本にはいなかったし、アメリカのジャーナリストを残念ながら、あんまりにも愚かに過ぎたかなということで、ポピュリストに負けた感じですかね。ちょっと残念な感じですね。トランプさんの怖さはやっぱり予想不可能性なんですよね。怖いところなんで。習近平が怖かったらそこですから、トランプさんがどういう行動をとるかは、AI でも判断ができないところがあるんですよ。将棋やことと一緒かどうかわかりませんけど、違う判断をすることがあるので、そうまでつかないんですよね。だけど、バイデンさんだと、彼の能力をインプットすると大体、行動をどうするかも予想がつくんですよね。だから、それで、予想がつくということは、 罠が仕掛けられるということでもあるということですね。今回のタリバン構成なんかあんまりにも発見ない、もう10日ぐらい制圧してしまいましたですから、アメリカの情報当局がこれほど読みが甘いっていうのはちょっと驚きではありましたけどね。
ヤイドロン様は今後そのアフガニスタンを中心にその中東地域がどう展開していくと予想されますでしょうか。
少なくともこれパキスタン、アフガニスタン、イランの3カ国がつながりましたね。これは習近平氏の言っている一帯一路の中央部分ですよね。この部分もつながりましたので、あとイランからどこまで伸びていくかですよね。イランからトルコ、シリア、ギリシャ、イタリアの方につながっていくか、だからアメリカの方につなげていけるかというところだし、南下しては東南アジアですね。ミャンマー確実に狙ってたと思うので、見事に、ですから、大統領選があった時にはもうすでにミャンマーの軍部への支援は中国から入ってたと思います。支援が入ってて、その後のスケジュールについても、ミーティングは行われていたはずです。もう1年ぐらい前からも始まっておりましたと思うんですけども。だから、このタリバンがあれほど万有を震えるのも、中国から兵隊がついてるからで、それから、2番目の押し込みとしてロシアがついてるからですよね。だからアメリカを弱めるためなら協力するということですよね。この2つが入ってますし、イスラエルもすごく弱くなっていますから、今、だから世界の流れが変わってきつつあると思いますね。で、実はこのタリバン放棄によるアフガニスタンの政権奪取とミャンマーの軍事政権による民主主義の破壊は、これは連鎖反応次は予定しているものであるので、アメリカやヨーロッパを進めようとする民主主義的価値観を世界に広げるという運動と、共産主義的な、一元管理の人治主義の能力の良さ、どっちが有効かという戦いですけども、反対勢力がない国家は、それは国内がやりやすいでしょうね。
Okay, thank you. But this is a summarization, okay? So, who graphs the chain reaction? So, who graphs the chain reaction? He implied China, but anyway, he says, okay, this is a fact he mentioned about. But he said, beyond the human brain on the ground, what does it mean? Okay, I will tell you later, but the surface level is here, surface level. So the military coup happened almost at the same time as the inauguration of the new president. Yeah, it's true, it's true. Then as soon as the timetable, military coup in the Myanmar, I mean, okay? And then as soon as the timetable for the withdrawal of US troops began, the Taliban rose up to take Afghanistan. This is also fact, just a fact. Then you should assume that there was someone who anticipated and planned all of this. Because seems like not coincident, right? Right after inauguration and right after withdrawal of US troops. Then these are connected and it's not a coincidence. It's all connected. This is the conclusion he wants to say. First conclusion, all of them, Myanmar, Iran, Afghanistan, those countries and some civil wars in the world, all connected behind the scene. Someone try to control everything to against the value of system of Europe and America. That is a humanitarianism, right? Then, or to put it another way, amid the coronavirus sweeping the world, things are happening in various places to induce the US to withdraw. So before inauguration, American election started last year, from the beginning of the last year, 2020. Then this one, COVID started. Then some countries like have started some conflict. Then right after inauguration, Myanmar have a big problem, and Hong Kong. Right after 1 week after inauguration, Hong Kong totally controlled by CCP military, right? And those things happen. So at least now they have a link between Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. This is the central part of One Belt, One Road. You know that? One Belt, One Road means the Chinese government try to make the big road through his country and to the Europe.
For control.
Yes, to control. And then first, like 3 or 4 years ago, everyone agreed with that, and it says congratulations, something like
Everyone
that.
was excited.
Yeah. But nowadays, almost all of them doubted
Yeah, because they
whether it's good or not.
yeah.
So then, intention that Xi Jinping is claiming. When the presidential election was held, support for the military in Myanmar was already coming from China. So they already talked about it before election.
Yeah.
Okay, then these are just analyzation.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
You said something about losing to the populists. What did we lose? I'm not sure.
Okay. Populist means before then he said something, right?
It was
Yeah, but he
talking
said, what
about
did we lose?
the journalists in America were like too foolish to notice something.
Yes.
Like, what did we lose?
At that time.
Okay. So that means they lose
Trump.
toward China, Chinese conspiracy.
Oh.
Chinese conspiracy, because he implied that the Chinese conspiracy going on
Right.
behind the scene.
Yeah.
Then American journalists or politicians
Yeah.
and European politicians, European journalists, all of them thinks like it's a Trump value of Trump is bad,
Devalued, yeah.
and then value
So
of the
that's
Chinese
election.
like great, like
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
So
they
theoretically, we lost the election.
Yes.
They lost the election with Trump.
Yes. And then in the election, he will say spinach behind the election.
Right.
Like that, and that happened, and then all of them, all of the journalists and politicians, visited by Chinese government.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are controlled by Chinese government. Even the journalists, the mass media, or politicians, most of them.
Well, Trump did say fake news a lot.
Yeah,
It was
fake news, like something. Yeah. Because even the CNN, the head of CNN says, so let people label that Trump is a stupid guy, a crazy
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Yes. All right, and how to stop collapse of the world? The second part. No, it's not. Third part, I have.
No.
Okay, third part. This is already a world war.
Yeah.
This is the third part. Okay, listen to careful. Listen to his voice very careful. One word. Every single word has a deep and profound meaning.
これは世界戦争ですね。もう1年半余り前から始まった世界戦争が今続いていると思います。それがウイルス戦争だけでなくて、 次の軍事政権による民主制の破壊というのを、あちこちでひっくり返っていくような形で、地球全体をオセロゲームみたいに陣地取りする形ではありますね。それともう一つ、もう早くもシグナルが出ていますが、コロナウイルスの次の兵器が炭疽菌であってくることを明らかにしましたね。中国国内で炭疽菌の死者が出ましたね。あなた方が知っている知識には、炭疽菌で襲われるというのは1995年のこの新理教事件の時ですね。東京都知事宛てに炭疽菌が入った封筒が送られて、自衛隊が出動し分析しなきゃいけないような状態ですね。だから、このコロナウイルスの時も本当は中国で最初武漢で発生する予定がなって、世界に持ち出して、そしてアメリカを中心に入らせて、新日がアメリカだということにしたかったのはスケジュールですけど、その持ち出す前の段階で、私たちはちょっとはっきり言うことができないんですけども、なぜか偶然に、事故が起きて、中国内、武漢で死者が出て、発信源がそこであるということを明らかにしました。なぜか次は炭疽菌が中国国内で漏れて何人か死にました。次の攻撃は炭疽菌によるものだということを明らかにしたわけです。なぜそれが起きたのかは私たちは語ることができません。
その炭疽菌の攻撃っていうのはこの後どういうふうに広がっていく？
これはもう軍の科学部隊でないと対応できないので、相当遅れるでしょうね。だからコロナでまだ世界制覇が進んでいる中にはそちら中心だと思いますが、その中で印象的な、なんていうか、扱いにくいところで局所的に起きるでしょうね。
Okay, thank you very much.
先ほど途中だったんですけど、その背後にあるその人間を超えた頭脳というのは、こういう考えをインスピレーションで下ろしているということです。でその頭脳っていうのはアーリマン系とか
表に出てるのはね、僕らはまだまだ続々あちらもいることがいるので、チャンス到来ですね。ヨーロッパ全体が終わってるし、
ヤイドロン様として、そのアーリマン系のそれ、頭脳というか、そのあたりを読んでみると、どういう最終コースでしょうか。
今はですね、考えているのは、その中国の方は世界一進んだ国なんだということで、コロナウイルスに打ち勝って、で、世界を救えるだけの経済力と軍事力があって、科学技術の最高水準で、次の覇者は中国だということで、中国よりに舵を切った国だけが発展繁栄を続けられて、アンチ中国にあったところは滅びていると。いう構想です。
Okay, thank you. So keyword is that Ahriman. Have you heard about it? Ahriman. Ahriman is a kind of like a Satan of the reverse universe, opposite side of the universe. This is like a major universe, but there is minor universe, like the opposite one,
Right.
like dark side of the universe, like that.
Okay, like the dark side.
Yeah, dark side.
Right.
Yes, and then that is a kind of same as like heaven and hell, or heaven, major heaven and minor heaven. That there is such kind of world. So from the dark side of the universe, opposite side of the universe,
Yeah.
the Ahriman come and then try to control everything. Yes, and he want to be a king of this universe instead of the creator. Yes, creator is the light shining
Yeah.
in the world and the love itself, right? But and the dark side of a king, that is animal. He himself said that kind of like a king of the universe, something like that. But yes, dark side. And if you familiar with Hinduism, there is word an animal, right? And animal is the dark side, like that. So that comes to this world and try to control, make everyone like a house dog or slaves,
Yeah.
like this. And then he tried to let people thinks I am just a material. Mm. Yes, his biggest weapon is the materialism. So anyway, it's not only a virus war, but also destruction and the turning over of democracy by the military regime are taking place. Yes, it is to capture territory like a game of Othello. Then this is happened. There were deaths from anthrax in China. You know the very terrible disease, anthrax.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that China is using now. Then, for some reason, next anthrax leaked out in China and killed several people by accident. Otherwise, they try to use in any countries.
Yeah.
That is the plan, Chinese Communist Party. This, if you research in the research engine, anthrax and in China, and they appear.
A lot. It is,
The
yeah.
accident happened already. So from Wuhan. So this is to make it clear that the next attack will be caused by anthrax. Then China is now thinking it is the most advanced country in the world and that it has conquered the coronavirus, that it has the economic and the military power to save the world, that it has the highest level of science and technology, and that China will be the next champion. Their plot is for only the countries that have turned toward China to be able to continue to develop and prosper, while those that are anti-China will perish. Surprisingly, the one of members belong to the self-defense military in Japan. He said, the idea of happy science is the most advanced in the world. He's a kind of like a director of one of directors of the self-defense military in Japan. He said, make the speech in Japan.
Oh, that's pretty
Those information most advanced in the world
It's from Happy Science.
from happy science. Then even the Japanese government people or even the US government people like CIA try to get those information from happy science. Yes, that's why you can rely on, you can believe.
Rely on.
Yeah, yes,
Pretty incredible.
yes, incredible, isn't it? That's why no one can say like coronavirus coincidentally from
Yeah, right.
somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, only WHO says like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, they are already yeah.
WHO.
So that's why. Okay, then
Tetsu,
yes,
in the previous slide, Yaidron said that the coronavirus leaked by accident from
Yeah.
Wuhan. Sorry. And in this middle paragraph, the second paragraph, it says about the anthrax. For some reason, next anthrax leaked out in China and killed several people. He says this is to make clear that the next attack will be caused by anthrax. When it says this is to make clear from space beings' point of view or from China's point of view?
this
They're giving
is
us clues.
good question. Yeah, that's why he said I cannot tell exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he said that is caused by aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
they're
people
trying
would just
to
go.
help us, aren't they? But
Yeah.
subtly, but
Yeah.
not so subtly.
But on the other hand, if there was no action
Yeah.
like this,
Where's it
no one
started
realized
from?
this is from China.
Yeah, exactly.
Or CCP.
CCP, both coronavirus and this one.
And anthrax.
Accidentally, even the CCP admit that is accident,
Yeah.
like that. No. Other scientists admitted.
Yeah.
Xi Jinping doesn't admit, but other scientists,
Yeah,
some scientists confess
So
that
it must
action.
be a coincidence then that two big things came out of China.
Yes.
It shouldn't be a coincidence, then, isn't it? People should, or
So-
scientists can look into it.
Everyone can admit this is from China.
Yeah. And there's no
think
such
so.
thing as a coincidence anyway.
Okay. So China is, and then this is a world Chinese government try to create only countries who believe in the China can be developed.
We were slaves to China.
Yeah, others will be slave of China. Yes, this is a prediction in Revelation by John. John's
John the Baptist
John Baptist, yes, says like this.
on Revelation.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's only.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know. Yeah, but isn't that only?
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
But isn't that only
Mm.
if, because I mean, like Master is directing us now,
Mm.
isn't that only if because we still have the ability to shift?
Yes, shift.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, still we have chance to
Yeah,
change.
Exactly.
Change the direction
Yeah,
by
that's why we're
Chinese
getting this
government.
information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because mass media still believing the Chinese government is good. Like
Yeah.
even the members
Yeah.
of us of Happy Science sometimes brainwashed by mass media, believing that China or something
Yeah.
that happened. So that world is Chinese government try to create.
Mm.
Okay, that's why if you find the name Antichrist
Yeah.
in Apocalypse,
Yeah.
Apocalypse,
Yeah. Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, yes, Apocalypse, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Apocalypse, yes. In the name Antichrist, Apocalypse. Then that means China. They means Yaidron, other space people already specified this is Antichrist. So they against Jesus Christ and teaching of love and try to
Yeah,
against
love, basically.
Savior.
Yeah.
Yes.
They deny God, basically.
Deny God.
Yeah.
That is the real meaning of Antichrist. Okay, so then they said others who believe in the freedom, democracy faith is anti-China. Label that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what he wants to say. Okay, going to next. Very profound, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, number 4. Islam is already pretty close to a totalitarian, almost materialistic state at the moment. So China targeted that weakness beautifully. So, what does it mean? Yes, but Master Okawa says that Islam is also come from God. Allah is the same as El Gandhi.
Yeah.
Okay? So, but the people who govern the countries sometimes make mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's what mean. Okay? So then, please listen to his message carefully.
それにイスラム教学校という。イスラム教はまあ情けないことは情けないんですけど、日本であれだけのことされながら、国が違えばイスラム教徒と協力しないっていう関係ですよね。イスラム教の最も良くない部分が出てきてますわね。だから、日本があれだけやってたら、まあ、パキスタンだって、それはアフガンだって、イランだって、 イスラム教徒に対してああいうことその許せないっていうイスラムが発表したっていいわけですけど、いや、仲間の信仰者を犠牲にしてでも自分の国を守りたいっていうのは優先するということですよね。でそういうところをよく見透かしてやってますね。で、イスラム教も現在、ほとんどですね、そのイギリスの全体主義国家にかなり近い状況なんですよ。だからその弱点をよく狙ってますね。だから、仏教とかキリスト教とかは、一応、我々のシンボルもありますよね。仏教には仏像があるし、キリスト教は十字架やイエス像、マリア像と使いますから、信仰の対象があってやりますけど、イスラム教はモスク、ドームがあって、天井の上へ穴開け見て、空が突き抜けてるだけみたいなところですよね。だから、上の対象がない。だからアラーというのは、神の一般総称ですので、アラーという、誰も会ったことない。ムハンマドは、コーランで、アラーという神からの意見があるということと、それとハディスで、嘘か本当か別として、天上界に帰って、イエス・キリスト第3点にいて、もっと上の方の第7点ぐらいまで行くと、アブラハムとか、そしてその上には、アラーがお会いしたってみたいなことを言ってるというだけで、誰も会ったことはない。で、置いても来ない。そういうこともあって、もちろんイスラムの方はですね、中世も科学的な開発が進んでましたけども、今はほぼ、なんとかな、キリスト教と仏教には聖職者っていうか、出家しての専属の宗教家がおりますけれども、修行する。イスラム教はいないんですよね。イスラム教は全部在家なんです。在家なんで、今の最高指導者であれ、大統領であれ、その下の幹部であれ、イスラム教徒で、聖職者の中と言ってても、みんな在家信者なんですよ。出家者が人のイスラム教にはいないんで、だから在家であるので、一般国民がやっていいことを全部やっていいことになっている。この弱点を見事について、イスラム教国、結果的には共産主義の一党独裁の、唯物の国家の平等を旨とした唯物の国家に変えようとして、あらゆるところに毛沢東が座る、習近平が座るのは別に構わないわけなんで、その思想的な近似性を見破って接近してつなげようとしていますね。だから、もし神をね、実在論として信じているならば、タリバンだって、イスラムの教えの中には、例えば、人を殺すことが禁じられていますし、会員も禁じられていますから、ミャンマーで行われている女性の主人の集団レイプと、イスラム教的に許されることでは、ないことですよね。でも、そういうことも、無視してやっていますので、極めて公明的な権力の掌握と、それから、食料を得るためということに向かっているようですね。だから、その胸がやっているところには、中国の武器弾薬と、それと食料の援助がついている。ミャンマーだってそれがついてなければ、軍事政権が成り立たない。欧米が制裁しても生き残れる。目が立っているからやっているんです。ミャンマーを抑えれば、次はインド、ミャンマーとパキスタンと、それからネパール、ブータン、チベット、この辺りに、も進んでいけば、イ インド多いのがスリランカにももう手が伸びていて、中国の空港ができていますから、これ塩から大インド戦まで考えているということでしょうね。だからまあ軍事的に見れば、相当本格的にプロフェッショナルに考えていると、まあ、思います。
このままですね、その共産党的な、一党独裁というか一元管理の社会が最終的に地球を、覆う感じになってくる、そういう目標が、宇宙のその考え方としたときに、その後っていうのはどうなんでしょうか。
それはね、それは品質とかあるから言いにくいけど、これは順調に全てがその通り私たちは思ってはいないので、ある程度人類が自分たちで進む方向で見離れるきっかけまでは必要なのかなとは思っているので、間違っているということが分かるところまでは、能力とは起き続けるんじゃないでしょうかね。
Thank you. This is a viewpoint from outer space. Okay, so not same as the master's view, but this is a good reference.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
but
didn't know they'd established a military port in Sri Lanka.
But there is a target there.
yeah,
They always have it.
That's basically what they've done is that means, because my family are from that part of the world, so I'm familiar with it.
Right.
What it means is
Sri Lanka.
basically they cut off that entire sea,
Yes.
The port.
and that
Yeah.
means that no support can go to India,
Yeah.
and that will be very difficult for India to withstand any kind of big push.
Yeah.
Yeah, then like a Chinese government gave them like a investment. That is huge there. And then one president of Sri Lanka, former president, realized that this is a kind of the very dangerous situation controlled by China. Then he tried to stop that huge investment from China. But Chinese government says, if you want to stop this movement, the project,
Yeah.
you need to pay the debt right now.
Yeah.
Yes,
And they
That
can
is-
afford to pay.
yeah, and then that is described in the contract
Yeah.
already. So they can
Catch 22.
already captured by Chinese government, Sri Lanka. Okay, but anyway, so the Islam is already pretty close to totalitarian, and totalitarian, almost a materialistic state at that moment. Then that doesn't mean Islam wrong. Islam is right, good religion, but
But the people.
people and to try to control
Yeah.
government, like compromise with Chinese government, that is bad. Then they try to control everything. That means like government of Islamic countries, because as Yaidron says, there is no professional priest
Yeah.
in the Islamic system. Then they can do anything like
Citizens.
citizens, normal people. So that's why this happens. And then these are no ordained priests in Islam. This weakness is being cunningly exploited by China to turn the Muslim world into the communist one-party dictatorship, a materialistic state based on equality.
Yeah.
So, because one of elite of the Communist Party went to the Iran. At that time, they have meeting with the Iranic government.
Right.
Then the elite of the Communist Party, one of them, says, "Why don't you do the dictatorship to control the people?
Yeah.
That's easier. The
Exactly.
people are like stupid. That's why
Yeah.
we elite can control them like that." Yes, that is an official record in the meeting. That's why Iranian government is very surprised at that. So that happened. Then then, so it doesn't matter whether Mao Zedong or Xi Jinping sits in Allah's place. They mean the Chinese government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then, seeing through that ideological approximation, they are trying to get close and connected until humans realize that this is wrong. Many things will continue to happen. Means until humans realize that this is wrong,
Yeah.
the aliens not try to interpret.
Yeah.
Will not. Okay, they will not. So that will happen. This is also analyzation of modern world. What happened now? Okay?
Yeah.
Tetu,
Yes.
is a book by Master published in 1991 called The Great Warnings of Allah
Yeah.
in Japanese.
Yes, in
Is
Japanese.
it, do you know if it's translated in English yet?
No, not yet. Because that is like the one of the spirit that from minor world. He himself said, I am a Yahweh. Then, after published that, Master's enlightenment developed. Then he realized that that is one of the kind of monster from minor heaven.
Right.
That's why he stopped publishing that book. Okay? So because Yahweh, he will tell that the Yahweh and many spirits use his name, Jehovah or Yahweh,
Yeah.
named himself the Yahweh. And one of the big monster in the minor heaven, sometimes sneaked in the Old Testament,
Yeah.
says himself like, I am Yahweh. That's why he said, I am a God of anger, God of jealous. Like that. It's not like a character of the major heaven.
Right.
Major heaven people don't angry and don't jealous.
Yeah.
Right? But he said, I am God of anger, God of jealous.
Yes.
That is means that sometimes shows that power is everything. Like this. So sometimes in the name of God, he himself tell people, I am God. Name is Jehovah, but you should not tell my name. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So then what should we do? He answers. Number 5. This is way to more effective in that if you think that this world is all there is, then there is nothing wrong with that. Yes, this is a very, very much dangerous point of the materialism.
Yeah.
Yes. If we think like this world is all there is, then you can kill people you dislike.
Yes.
if you are not captured by police.
Yeah.
Like that. Right? And that happened. So you can tell a lie. If you can deceive the other people. So that happened. That's why this is very dangerous situation. So, okay, please listen to carefully his laws again.
今のお話聞いてますと、やはり幸福の科学で、総裁先生が教え説かれている自由、民主、信仰、これがまさにその対立点というか、防波堤というか、そういう気がしたんですけど、そこで気づくということでしょうか。
独裁、貧困による平等、それから無心の唯物論ってとこですね、ここはね。こちらの方がより効果的で、このだけが全ての世界だと思えば、それで何も悪くないということ。人間の中は道具にしか好きないし、使えるときは使えるし、税金が取れるものは取れるし、食料がもったいなかったら死んでいただくとはその考えで、だからもうナチスの遠くない日系で分からなくなってるし、その歴史を読まないですから、報道もしないし、文学作品や映像でも流れませんので、もう中国の愛国一心ですから、一緒です。ここは次の渦になるし、あなたがまだ知らなきゃいけないのは、それに さらにもう一つ気候変動を絡めてるってことですね。ドイツで大雨が降って、まあ、そこでも見ましたけどね、中国も降りましたが、日本も降って、今アメリカのテネシーで洪水が起きて、20人以上の人が死んだ。アメリカでは川の氾濫で人が死ぬってのはちょっと珍しい。ハリケーンとかで水没することが多いですけど、まあ、ちょっと変わったことが起きてて、より加速させようとしているような動きも出てはいるように思いますね。まあ、これは中国の人工衛星なんかの動きも少しウォッチしなければいけないかもしれませんね。
中国の人工衛星と気候変動は
可能性があるというか、人工的に今、雨を出すことができるので、だから、まあ、それ多分、今練習中だと思いますが、コントロールかけようとしていると思います。
ヤイドン様もちらっとおっしゃってたことがあった地球意識ですね。地球意識。このまま、自然、気候変動までもし人間がコントロールしようとしたとき、本当にこのまま地球意識は意識を持っていらっしゃる。
爆発しますよ。まもなく爆発しますよ。まもなく優しいヤイドロンみたいではなくて、ヤハベみたいな怒りの神が現れてくるはずです。どっかで、もうどっかというか、どっかだって、私たちが言いつけるんだけど、もうすぐ。ご都合のよろしいときに。
それはやはり気候変動というか自然環境。
それはまだね、ちょっと練習してるからね。まだ結果にここの部分ピンポイントで火事を起こすとか、洪水を起こすとか、できるように練習してるんですけど、まだ必ずしも精度が良くない。だからウイルスでしょ、炭素瓶でしょ、山火事でしょ、洪水でしょ。だから今のもやったんですよ。
アメリカの元人ですが、本当には中国にそういった兵器を持っているんですよ。
兵器というほどのものではないかもしれませんが、結果はすぐありますよね。だって、すでにアメリカに住んでる中国人たくさんいるんです。その中に人民解放軍のスパイのから入ってますからね。兵器といえば兵器を使うことも可能ですが、お金が欲しければ町一本で
Okay, thank you. So, this is a fact. Few people knows, right? Few people knows.
Yeah.
Even the government people or president maybe doesn't know. Yeah. But obviously, sooner that will be revealed. Yes. Okay, so that's why Happy Science is the most informational organization in the world. Sometimes we provide those information to governments. So that's why their ideas are dictatorship equally through the poverty and the atheism and the materialism. This way is more effective in that. If you think that this world is all there is, then there is nothing wrong with that. Yes, this is what Chinese government try to spread all over the world through the scientists and mass media. Those people have authority. So very few scientists and journalists try to against them, but they don't have power. They are very powerless. So that's why this idea, this world is all there is. I was very surprised when I came here in the UK. I talked with many younger people on the road. Then there is a lot of younger people who have this kind of idea. This world is all there is. Don't you think so?
Yeah,
Right? Unfortunately, increase the number of materialists and atheists. Then who admire the Chinese government?
My younger cousins, when I broached this idea with them, they got so angry with me that they stopped talking to me for a little while. because they don't want to think.
No, yeah,
They don't want to think that there is anything beyond economy.
Yeah. Then they said that those people who talking about God, another world, eternal life, blessing, something like that, and then they are insane or brainwashed or something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And
Or
dangerous
cult.
people. Yes, cult.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. We were all foolish when we were younger.
Yeah. Okay.
Ironically, who is being brainwashed?
Yeah.
You know, who is
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
that's
are the
the
ones who are brainwashed.
On the other hand, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the irony of it. Because,
Yeah.
like you say, freedom comes responsibility.
Mm.
But
yeah,
a
we're
lot of the
clear.
youngsters don't want to take responsibility. They think it's just about me, and
Me,
living for the
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
And it's not all of them. of course.
They don't realize that that kind of idea destroy yourself,
Yeah, exactly.
ruin yourself. Like
Supported
that.
by the media.
But anyway, those ideas are spread by mass media. And then they just try to spread a fear or funny story only,
Yeah.
right? In the TV,
I
through the
call,
TV.
I call them the cult of intellectualism and science.
Yeah, oh, cult.
They are a cult.
Yes, they are cult. Yes.
Yeah, because they're brainwashed.
Because they're brainwashed.
Described as cult of selfishness.
Mhm.
It's just selfish. That's simple as that.
And it's like they're indirectly
Opposite of
brainwashed
giving love, it's just
Mm.
taking.
without knowing it.
That's true. But anyway, that's true. And the people are just tools. If you have this kind of idea, people are just tools to realize something. That is the difference between the democratic, the freedom country and have faith, and the communist party ruled country ruled by communist party. So in the democratic party, even if just like pretend, but they say the purpose of the government is the people, but the communist party clearly says purpose is create the country using the people. People is a means in those countries. But in the democratic country, even if government people pretend bad, people themselves is a purpose. Okay, that is a big difference between them. But anyway, when they be used, they can be used. And when they can be taxed, they can be taxed. The idea was that if they didn't want to waste food, they would have people die. So clearly, one of American scientists who used to be in the Wuhan scientific like that, and then he says, clearly says, in Wuhan, this coronavirus created to make elder people die because there are many elder people, one child policy, because of one child policy. That Chinese government thinks.
Yeah.
Okay, so China's satellites and the climate changes are connected in some ways. Yes, this is a different fact. Sooner will be revealed. So it is possible to make it rain artificially now. China is probably practicing that right now, but they are trying to control it. So they use virus, right? Anthrax, right? And then wildfire, right? And the flood, right? And so they are doing all kinds of things. So this is not maybe not fact, but the big flood often in the China last year, right? You know that. And then that because the failure of experiment. Some scientists say they try to make the climate change weapon. So that's why that happened. The result of the failure of experiment like this. Okay, so because there are a lot of Chinese people living in the US and a lot of them are spies of the People's Liberation Army, it is possible to use such weapons. But if they want to spare the money, they can do it with just a single money. So, and then these statements based on the recognition there is a war, third war.
I thought some of the floods and etc. Natural disasters were earth consciousness stroke heaven, like in Germany, it
Yeah.
was a warning, and in Japan and various
Yeah.
tsunamis.
Mm.
Traditionally, it was a warning from heaven for opportunity for people to reflect on the true meaning of life.
Yes.
But means that still occurring alongside China trying
yes.
to control
This is
China,
the another. Yes.
to
Another.
confuse us
Yeah,
further.
yeah. Mm. And then, yeah, not yet completed,
Mhm.
but they try to do experiment. That is what he said. But basically, warning from heaven, the natural disasters. Mm. I think so. Mm. But if they utilize those things as their weapon, Earth's consciousness will get angry. That's what
Of course.
Yaidron says. Because believe it or not, Earth has a consciousness. That is a creature also. So he will get angry. I don't know the feel, he or she, but the consciousness will get angry because of the very stupid trial by China. So going to next, sixth part. Next, Chinese spokesman will announce a country with US military base is not safe. They might say something like country without US military base is safe. Okay, so please listen to carefully.
まあ今アフガンのバイデンの対応についてお話しされたんですけれども、これは情報の見立てが誤ってたという見方もあれば、もしかすると今おっしゃられたように、例言で明らかにされた通り、ある種の確信犯というか、もうアメリカはこれ以上コミットできないので、もうこんな起きても構わないと、だけどもう撤退決めてるんだという考えがもしかしたらバイデンの中にあって、それがもしかしたら東アジアでも起こり得るのではないかということ。
それが狙いっていうか、
はい、
中国の狙いはそこなんで、
はい、台湾も脅迫されて、はい、
野党が勢いづいて、
はい、
蔡英文を追い出すチャンスですね。なるほど。
台湾の、この教訓をよく見ておくようにというようなことを中国の政府が、台湾にもう平然と言ってのけるような状況になっているので、はい、はい、はい。
米軍基地があると日本は安全ではないって、次は中国の報道官はアナウンスするでしょう。米軍基地がある国は安全ではない。米軍基地がない国は安全だ。ということがあるかもしれませんね。で、トランプさんがなんで、アフガンからの撤退を決めたかについてはちょっと、議論はあると思いますが、議論を削減したかったっていうのは、当然ありますが、財政赤字を減らして、経済を活性化させて、もうちょっと、経済的に強くならなきゃ、軍事的にも支えきれない。そこでアメリカの経済改革、内部での工業の復興、ちょっとこれ、一連のものであるんで、これがバイデンさんがそうやってない部分であるんでね、軍事は軍事だと思ってるところがあるから。だから、習近平氏がアメリカを訪問して、アメリカのレストランの方にね、トランプさんが一緒に呼ばれて、メインディッシュ食べて、ディナーに移る瞬間にメモが入って、ただいま、米軍がシリアにミサイルを撃ち込みましたっていうのは、習近平がデザートを食べる前に、そういうメモが入ってくるっていう、脅しですよね、完璧な、脅しですけど、こういうことができる人であったって、この怖さはね、だから、アフガンが撤退すると言っても、何しろかわからないところがありますからね。バイデンもそれはできないと思いますので、このように完全に終わりですね。
Okay, thank you.
中国の言うことがありますから、ね、そういうふうに。
Okay, thank you. So, again, Biden is thinking that they have already decided to withdraw from the region, and maybe this could happen in East Asia as well. Do you know what does it mean?
It means that it's just another pressure on Taiwan, no?
Yeah.
And it's another pressure on the entire region,
Mm.
saying, if you have a connection with the US,
Mm.
we're going to come for you.
Yes, that's why Taliban is a kind of experiment. Taliban is Afghanistan. So, the Biden is a very good uncle, but he doesn't want to fight with anyone. Then, from the viewpoint of China, this is no chance to conquer the all over the world, like Afghanistan, Myanmar. Those countries already controlled by China. Then also same thing will happen in East Asia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, those territories. So then rather that's the point. That's the China is aiming for. Next, Chinese spokesman will announce that Japan is not safe with US military bases. So that means they try to conquer all over the East Asia. Then become king of all over the Asia. From the ancient time, the Chinese kings, emperors try to conquer Japan, but not succeeded in. That will happen. That is the aim, purpose of them. That is the purpose. Okay. So a country with US military base is not safe. They might say something like a country without US military bases is safe. So this is clearly declared that Japan is mine. Japan is ours.
They might as well just say country with Chinese military base is safe. That's what they're trying to say.
Yeah, that's right.
Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, they want to say, yes.
But they can't, because that's like an open
Because it's
But give it
declaration of
time.
war.
They are that arrogant. He's that confident. He will say it.
That's what he
He's
wanted.
deluded.
Yeah.
No, but he's clever.
He's not
Yeah,
clever.
exactly.
He's not clever.
He's not clever.
Because that's their way of
He's
manipulating.
manipulative and he's
You
nasty. He's
don't
not clever.
underestimate our enemy, don't overestimate them, but
I don't underestimate him, but he's not clever. Because if he was truly clever, he'd realise he was a child of God and he would do something great for the world. That's what really clever means. The true meaning of clever.
clever. His
Yeah.
intelligence is high in that.
No,
case.
it's not. It's not intelligent.
So
Don't
anyway, that's
put him on a pedestal way higher than his ego is.
yeah.
He's
That's
not
what-
someone to be praised.
Yes.
It's the opposite.
That's what happened now. Okay. So then what should we do? Number 7. Do you mean that Chinese satellites are armed with nuclear weapons? Yaidron says. It's very likely they've become able to do it. Because to promote their aim,
Yeah.
so anything they can do. That's what it
So if
says.
they can control the weather, sure.
And if you detonate a nuclear warhead above in the atmosphere, it's an electromagnetic pulse. It shuts down all the electricity.
Yes.
Right?
That's one of the big weapons of
Oh,
now. and the
yeah,
future.
major.
Yes. Okay, then please listen to the message from Yaidron from outer space. Oops, sorry.
私がもし中国の統括であればね、日本が中国のように牙を向こうとする姿を見せたら、人工衛星からでも核ミサイルが撃てるんだぞと。まあ、一言言えば、もう何もできないからでしょうね。日本は人工衛星を撃ち落とす力がありませんから。
今、すごく大事なお話かと思ったんですけど、実際に中国の人工衛星にも核が搭載されているということでしょうか。
可能性が
あるということです。
高いし、できるようになっていますですね。まあ、これ最後、私たち出動するかどうかの場面のところですから、あんまり詳しくは述べることはできませんけれども、もう通常の、軍事クーデタ 的なものでやってるものは、確かにもう、彼ら内政干渉というし、民族自治の問題また出してくるから、中国は民族自治でやってるんだから、同じようにミャンマーも一緒、アフガンも一緒、外国による侵略を許さないで、自分たちの手で国を作って政治をやるんだと。出ていけ、外国出ていけると。広げていくつもりで、やってますので、そうした、民族になった、戦車と、マシンガンぐらいで市民と戦ってるような、電部と戦ってるような状況で、宇宙から私たちが何かできるかと言われると、昨日もちょっと僕は総裁に叱られたんですけども、ちょっと宇宙に私は出てたんですけども、岸田総裁は宇宙に来てるかもしれないから話した方がいいんじゃないかって言って、宇宙人働かんから働かないから、もういいとか言って、どうせやれないんだからって言って、そうおっしゃってたんで、一部当たってはいるんですが、実際になんていうかな、その国の本体がここに始めてるような状況で、宇宙人が入ってそこで、本体を皆殺しにし始めて、宇宙戦争にしか見えないですので、もうちょっと大義、明文がないと、確かにやりにくい。集中力そのもの自体もまだ明確でもない状態ですので、核戦争をやるとか、大陸間弾道が飛んだとかいうなら、宇宙としても別にそれは、分かってもいいかなと思うし、実際にちょっとしたことあるんで、事故だと思ってるだけで、ちょっとしたことはあるんですけども、そのあたりまでなら、即断で入りますけど、それ自分の国の本体を、それを、病院じゃないレベルっていうの、ちょっとその程度の国であるっていう部分を地球人がどう捉えるかですよね。
今の話ですと、ヤイドロン様や、他にもメタトロン様、レイゴール様など、宇宙からも地球人の教えを守る方々がいらっしゃいますけれども、そういった方々がこの地球に介入というか、入ってこれるレベルというのがあるということで、今、その中国がやっている、コロナウイルスですとか、先ほどおっしゃった炭疽菌とその生物兵器、化学兵器等を使って、レベルではまだ宇宙からの。
認めてないでしょ。だから、どこも。言い合わせしてるだけでしょ。アメリカ発だとか、なんとか発だとか、自然発生説から始めて。中国もよく言いますよね。外国から冷凍食品の中に入ってきてるから、よく、昔もありましたけど、中国、冷凍食品に入ったときに、そういうことがありましたんですけど、ああいうこういうっていうのができる国っていうのは、ある意味で羨ましいかもしれない。
Okay, thank you. Yes. I think
私がもし中国
definitely you are very surprised, right? The fact he's telling now. But revealing this fact means already we happy science because recognized as enemies from the viewpoint of Chinese government. If this is the truth, because no one knows, but only happy science knows this fact. And then, as already proved in the coronavirus or other things, we happy science always reveal the fact before mass media government knows. That's why we are being afraid by other countries' government or Chinese military, Chinese government. So, and then also Islamic country government people admire Masaoka. And even the Vladimir Putin admires our organization. Yes. So that's why we could have the temple in Russia, even if they have a law to profit have not Christian church or traditional temple of Buddhism or Islam. And the new religion prohibit, but only happy science admitted in Lucifer. Yes, but anyway, so maybe by the end of this year or beginning of next year, that will be revealed as a fact through the mass media or government people. Okay, then this is a review. But please remember, you listen to this part now means you have a big mission to change the world. Not confident at all, as he said. Okay, so do you mean the Chinese satellites are armed with nuclear weapons? This is great question, right? And then he says it's very likely they'll become able to do it. This is a very shocking. Maybe very small number of people in Pentagon knows that, or MI6 in this country, right? And then no one knows.
That is confidential.
Confidential, I
That's
think.
bad.
Yeah. Then, if space beings intervene in the situation where military of a nation is bullying its citizens, if we then started to kill all the military, it can only be seen as a space war, right? And then all space people recognize as the enemy, something like that.
Yeah.
That will happen. That's why they hesitate to do it. Maybe from the viewpoint of the Earthlings, why don't you do it to save the people? But it becomes like a crazy phenomenon.
They can't. Because what's the first thing that happens when you try and save some people?
Yeah, like that.
Other people will say that you're trying to destroy everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think they're trying to destroy Earth.
Yes, that's why they're just watching over.
Yeah.
That's why Master says they don't do anything. Almost give up.
But more importantly, like Yaidron saying, because people need to realise what is good and bad.
Yes, yes.
Until you realise this is the most important point here. Not about getting others to do our work for us.
Yeah,
We need to wake up.
that is education.
Yeah.
Great.
Self-sufficient.
Yes, that's true. It's certainly difficult for us to intervene unless we have better reasons. We can shut down the ICM. That is also very surprising fact. If there have been launched or a nuclear war has started, we don't mind if it's been exposed. We've shut down the missile.
I know, that's incredible. Yeah.
We've shut down the missile.
Already.
Actually,
Yeah, without us knowing.
in recent just 2 or 3 decades,
Right.
only country who launched the ICBM is North Korea.
North Korea.
North Korea.
Yeah. And I'm not being I won't be surprised if he was doing the test trial.
Yeah. Then,
And that's what I was talking about, Rashna, before, about what's his name?
Xi
Yeah, Jean.
Jinping.
yeah,
North Korean.
Ah,
Kim
okay.
Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Kim
When he
Jong-un.
shot because he keeps doing these tests
Mhm.
of nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
And now he's testing out the long range.
Yes.
You know, so I won't be surprised if they knew that the damage was going to be pretty catastrophic.
Yes, I clearly remember. Maybe that was like 8 or 10 years ago.
Right.
And then North Korea launched a missile,
Right.
but becomes failure.
Yeah.
The missile ICBM
Ditched
down
in the sea.
in the Sea of Japan.
Right.
But if it becomes like just a correct orbit,
Yeah.
then that will launch the middle of the Japan.
Yeah. And
Maybe that's
literally, of course.
many sides. That's
So it
why.
could have been.
Yeah, at the time of Abe administration, and then Abe administration decided to do training to evacuate. So that's happened. And at that time, because North Korea test failure, that's why we could be saved the life. Maybe
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. You never know.
Maybe it was Yaidron and his team making it a failed attempt.
Yeah.
But we know.
Okay,
In the
wouldn't be
future, we'll
surprised
come
at
to
all.
know about it.
but it's happened.
Yeah.
He said clearly. Actually, he said actually. We'll do it immediately if it's up to that level. Claiming that coronavirus started in the US, started from the somewhere, or started simultaneously, don't make me laugh.
China.
China, yes, like that. Yes, and then because that is the Communist Party, so we always think of God and angels. God and the angels watching over us. That's why if we tell a lie, another reaction will come to me as karma. That's why we cannot help doing good. That is our way of thinking. But if they don't believe in the God, angels at all, and then this world is the only world, like that, and then they can tell a lie.
Yeah.
So that's why it happened. Okay, anyway. Going to the last part of today's one, still half, but how to stop the collapse of the world. A few more tragic situations will arise in China. China can attack Taiwan even today if they want to. Okay, from this part, the Yaidron start a prediction, some prediction. That is the first one prediction. But others one, 4 or 5 predictions he made. But next week I will show you the predictions. Not only for Japan but other countries. Please listen carefully. What will happen in East Asia if this situation will going on?
もうちょっと悲劇的な状況には出てくると思います。
ここ数年の間に出てくる。
まあ、ちょっとでも威嚇をしようとすると、すぐに反作用が大きすぎて黙ってしまうというか、プレーリードッグのように泡の中に入れ込むことをする可能性は高いでしょうね。
危機的状況、どういうような危機的状況なんでしょう、それは。自然なのか、軍事的なのか。
もう例えば、もう、協力をやろうと思えば、中国は台湾攻撃を開始できます。距離が短い。もう、南の海岸にはもうミサイルだらけですから、発射すれば共同が始まります。台湾は応戦します。当然、応戦しますが、まあ、持ちこたえられるのは1週間から10日です。その間に、国外の決議等があって、アメリカやヨーロッパの方が助けに来ない限りには滅びます。その時日本はその1週間か10日ぐらいの間に、例えば台湾防衛に参画して、そして意思決定ができるのか、参画するという場合に、一体どこまでするのかという問題。米軍とかヨーロッパの軍隊に後ろから石油を供給するとか、怪我人が出たら日本国内に運んで病院に入院させるとか、そういうレベルなのか、食料の援助だけするというのか、何も決まってないです。
台湾をもし放置してしまった場合の、もう次のステップはもうただこのどんどん
沖縄取ります。台湾が取られたら沖縄取られます。確実に取られます。だけど、その間に米軍がやっぱりアフガンと同じ撤退戦略を練ってますから、どうやって撤退させていくかということ。だから地元で共産主義的勢力を増やして、再度増やして、やっぱり基地反対運動、世界基地を今、普天間から辺野古に移転しようとして反対運動が起きてますから、これ巻き込まれるぞということで、基地を撤去させるとか、核ミサイルも飛ばせないとか、そういうことでしょうかね。オスプレイの配備だって反対運動やってたぐらいですから、オスプレイっていうのは本当に尖閣まで行って、向こうの運んでこれる、往復できるぐらいの力がありましたからね。航続距離の短いヘリコプターで途中で落ちちゃいますから、これは航空自衛隊業界では大変重要な問題ですから、航続距離っていうのはね。こういうことを住民は知ってか知らずか反対運動しかしませんので、落ちたらどうするっていうことばっかり言っておりますが、UFO だと宇宙の時は落ちますから、ね、しょうがないですけど。
沖縄の杉っていうのはあまり語られてないんですけど、もし沖縄を取られてしまったら、その後
それは日本全部取るつもりでしょう。だから 中国が取り入るんだったら、ロシアだって動く。そのために北方領土の今要塞化進めてるんですから、北海道もそうですしね。だから自衛隊はそんなみんなにとってやって両方同時にやれませんから。前は北海道と東北の日本海側だけ守ってましたが、冷戦時代は。今ずっと南を修復してますので、残念ですが、それを救うために2009年に国事戦闘を作ったんでしょうけど、結果は国民には全然それを認めなかったと、いうことでございましょうから、滅びのスケジュールに入ってます。
Okay. Thank you very much. Very sad the prediction part. There is hope. There is hope. That's what he will tell later. Okay, but today we conclude. Even we skip some parts. I cut off some parts. But then these are the very logical way of thinking, right? From the viewpoint of Yaidron, who is a space people, space person.
Mhm.
So, last one. Few tragic situation will arise in Japan. For example, China can attack Taiwan even today. So if they want to, if Japan abandons Taiwan, China will move on to the next step and go on, and China will seize Okinawa. And what will happen if Okinawa has been taken? Yeah, I don't know. Well, probably they intend to take the entire Japan. Yeah, that is, and also if you see the official document from Chinese military, it clearly says Japan should belong to China. So historically, and that's what they said. But anyway, these are the maps projected by Chinese government. Okay, but we also have to withdraw. We have to draw. Yes, maps
Yeah.
for
To go against.
yes, to go the very bright future. Okay, so that will be told by him the next time. Okay, so then what will happen to humankind after they take entire Japan to be continued?
See you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday spiritual seminar. Okay, all right. Okay, and then this concludes today's one. Thank you very much for joining us today. And then 10 minutes later, maybe from 5 sharp, we'll have a discussion talking about today's session, and I will show you the trailer of the newest movie, that is the Laws of Universe. Now I will send you the announcement for the movie when it will have. So we decided have a movie showing with cooperating with Rain Dance Film Festival people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, and then 30th of October in Mayfair Hotel, as you joined, right?
Yeah.
Last year, same
Yeah,
place.
nice.
Yes, and then we this time no regulation, no restriction.
Yeah.
That's why we can invite many people, as many as possible. Last time only I think 50 or 60 people can join the movie theater, but this time no limitation at all. That's why we can invite as many as possible. So let's do it, work together.
Yeah.
And also, but data itself will come here maybe first week of October. Then sneak in preview will be held in this temple. So you can come watch it so that you can get the words. This is fantastic one. Fantastic one. I guarantee you because I already watched it.
Yeah.
Okay, surely I have big confidence. This is a movie we can invite as many as possible.
Yeah.
More than Star Wars, I feel that.
Okay.
If you watch the Star Wars, you can admire that
Yeah, best.
movie also. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us today. And then we will have a discussion and talking about it. Thank you. See you 5 p.m. sharp here and through the Zoom. You can click the button. Thank you. See you then, if you like.
Jay's coming at 5.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know. Then I already.
Where is she?
I have to leave at 5:30.